So with all of our talk about protecting our data and backing up our data and encrypting our data, now we're going to talk about destroying the data? I mean, that kind of sounds like the opposite of everything we're talking about. But you know what? It is important that you know how to effectively and efficiently destroy your data. And why is that? Well, think about this. How many computers have you had in your lifetime? What do you think happens when you throw out the computer? Maybe you reformat your drive. Maybe you just take it to the dump. All that information that you've put on that computer over the years is still on that hard drive. And so you need to know how to effectively destroy the data on your computer, because when you sell the computer or when you throw out the computer, you want to make sure that information is dead and that nobody can retrieve that information. So let's talk about data disposal. Now, first of all, you have something called reformatting. Reformatting doesn't do anything really to the computer. So for example, I'm going to go grab a book from my bookshelf back here. So I'm also working on an A+ certification series that's like geeky computer repair stuff, okay? So this is a book I'm using as a reference tool for my course. In our book, we have a table of contents. In the table of contents, for example, if I wanted to know more about GPS and geo-tracking, I would go to page 547. So I would go to page 547. Reformatting a hard drive, the only thing it does is it takes the table of contents and rips it out. But that whole talk about GPS and geotagging is still back here. It didn't touch that data. All it did was wipe out the table of contents. So reformatting does not delete information, which is also a good thing in case you accidentally reformat something or you wipe, let's say, an SD card from your camera. The information is very much recoverable. It's not gone. In fact, the only thing you need to do at that point is not save anything new. So to destroy a hard drive, to really destroy the information on a hard drive, we have two basic ways to do that. We can do it through a mechanical means, physically doing something to the hard drive, or we can do it through a software means. To do it via hardware, we use something called a degausser. Hard drives store information magnetically, positive and negative. A degausser is a very powerful magnet that will go wonk and destroy the information. The other thing, and I will show you a great tool that you can use, is a software which will wipe the drive. Now, if you've ever written a note, let's say that, I'm a K-12 teacher, I also teach college. Let's say that you write a note to your friend and you go, Mr. Ford is a boss. Okay? And you can scratch that out, but you still can make out what's on the note. And so you scratch it out some more, and you scratch it out some more, and you can still make out what's on the note. You would have to scratch it out, write more, scratch it out, write more, scratch it out, write more. And that's what the disk wiping software does. It writes and erases, writes and erases, writes and erases, writes and erases over and over and over and over and over and over and over, yada, 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 to the drive, so the original data can't be recovered. Now, if you have a CD or you have other optical media, for example, a DVD, these are fairly easy to destroy as well. You can take a screwdriver and just scratch the heck out of it. You can actually buy an optical media shredder. In fact, some of the nicer paper shredders will come with the ability to shred credit cards as well as DVDs, CDs, those things. And of course, you can always just go smashy with the hammer and the optical media. So here is a software tool that I highly recommend, because it's one, free, and two, very powerful. In fact, when I used to show this software to the FBI cyber guys and CART guys, they would go, ugh, because it would cause them a lot of problems to recover information if somebody had done this on their computer. So it's called DBAN, or Derek's Boot and Nuke. And what this does is it creates a bootable drive. It creates a bootable optical drive, a DVD, and it will boot to it, meaning it starts from the drive and not from your Windows or your Mac. And it will, again, write, erase, write, erase, write, erase, write, erase, write, erase. Now, this is not a short process. This is not something you do in 5 to 10 minutes. This is something you turn on and then you walk away and you come back the next day, especially if you have a very large hard drive and your drive will be erased, and then it should be safe for you to throw out or to sell to somebody else. Now, if you're truly paranoid and you want to make sure you have 100% data destruction, then you can do the following. 1, you're going to run the disk swiping software. 2, you're going to degauss the drive. Then you're going to open the hard drive. The hard drive itself is airtight because a small particle of dust can cause all sorts of damage to its ability to read and write to that drive. And so by opening it, you're exposing it to the elements. Then you would take a hammer and wham, 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 wham the hard drive plates, and then you would separate the plates, which stores the information, and put them in different trash bags and throw those out. So data destruction is an important thing to know how to do, especially when you're about to throw out a computer. In our next video, we're going to take a special look at how to protect the data on your smartphone.